And when we are continuing to cover a romance scam that cost an Oxford woman her home, her car, and her life savings, sadly.
So sad to hear this. 7 News Detroit reporter Sarah Michaels first brought us this heartbreaking story yesterday. The 68-year-old woman was tricked by a scammer posing as actor Mark Harmon.
This story sparking a larger conversation in our community about online fraud, and we've heard from so many people wondering, how could this happen?
Yeah, today Sarah is taking those questions to a psychologist specializing in scams and a victim who wants everyone to know the signs so it doesn't happen to them.
Thousands of you had very strong reactions to Sandy Selvin's heartbreaking story of being scammed out of her life savings. In fact, many of you in our comments sharing your own stories about how similar fraud has ruined the life of someone that you love.
They're scamming us, they're scamming elderly people all the time. I think it's horrible.
Tanjai Green of Detroit tells me that in her eyes, online scamming is more prevalent than ever before. It has affected her and many of her friends these past couple years. So do you feel that all of these emails were a part of the scam?
Of course.
For Green, it was a scam from a money transferring app that pulled money out of her bank account, then, as she says, sent her a chain of never-ending emails.
It is 2025. And I still haven't received my money back.
Green's story is one of thousands from across the United States. In fact, new data from the Federal Trade Commission shows that consumers lost $12.5 billion due to fraud in 2024, a 25% increase from 2023.
There's a special class that are targeting older adults.
Dr. Peter Lichtenberg specializes in the psychology of how scammers are able to target older adults and persuade them to part with their money. He tells me recently, scammers' tactics are evolving. They are searching for vulnerability. If you have a loved one and you're worried that they may be falling victim to a scam, what would be the best way to approach them to get them to listen to you and let you in?
Such an important thing. How do you have this conversation? One thing is you can't just tell them. Unfortunately, that never works.
According to Lichtenberg, it is important to build a bridge with someone that you are worried is being scammed. Ask them questions about what they think is happening before you simply tell them they're being fooled. In other words, listen to their side of the story and search for the reason behind why they believe the scammer.
You have to understand why it's important.
Lichtenberg says it is also important for everyone to have a trusted person they can talk about money with. Green is lucky that she does have such people in her life. She caught her scam early on and says she's learned from it since.
I'd say listen to your gut.
In Southfield, Sarah Michaels, 7 News Detroit.
Well, it's such important information, something to know.
Yeah, listen to your gut. Well said. Thank you so much.
You can ask questions too. When we come back.